In this video, I am going to share with you 5 things that you can do to garden in small spaces that will be beneficial. Hey, this is Rama from Creations Landscape Design, George Friendly Landscapes. I'm going to share with you 5 things that you can do in small spaces to garden. But before I do that, I make videos about drought-tolerant landscapes, California native landscapes, sustainability, zero waste, and everything and anything in between. So if you'd like to get more of that content in your feed, then hit the red subscribe button. I'm also a residential landscape designer based out of California, Southern California to be specific. So if you do live in SoCal and you need landscape design services, I'll have information about my business website in the description of the video. So let's get started. The thing with small spaces, and I live in a small space. I have a 100 square foot pad of concrete. That's essentially my outdoor garden. The thing is, you have very limited space. You don't have a lot of room, and there isn't a whole lot that you can do. So the first thing to do is garden up. Now, first of all, I would suggest you check with your homeowners association, because in my association, gardening upward in the sense of nailing or drilling anything to an exterior wall surface is not allowed. So what I've done is I've used pallets, just set up some pallets next to the fence, freestanding, not attached to anything, and I have attached planters to that as a means of gardening upward. Satisfies the HOA rule. Or if you have an exterior wall surface that you can drill into, then I would use woolly pockets, or if you've got a railing, you could use the greenbow railing planters. They work really well, and you can have a lot of different options and alternatives if you just don't have the land to garden. The second thing that I would suggest you do is add color to your space through the accessories and through the plants. Because the space is so small, if you paint the walls, let's say a red color because you want to introduce red, chances are that's going to make the space look smaller, and chances are if you get sick of that color, you're going to be really miffed that you have to paint over that wall. But if you add a plant where the flower color is red and you decide a year later you don't like that color anymore, that one plant is easier to replace and remove than painting an entire wall that was red. And the cool part is when you add accessories that add the color, you can switch those up season to season if you are decorating for each season or if your tastes change. The third thing that you can do is add pottery. It's very easy with pottery, as long as you water it at least once a week, to have different plant material, and you can have different heights of plant material in each pot. There's lots of places that you can get pottery in Orange County, and I will put a link in the description of the video about a few places that I've gone to that have reasonable pottery with a lot of variety. And the nice part with adding pottery is, again, the pottery can be some sort of color. Mine are white because the fence railing in my home is beige and the top of it is white, so I just thought the white pottery would contrast well with it. The fourth thing that you can do is add double duty furniture. What I mean is have furniture pieces where, for example, it works in the sense of it's a seat or it's a place to lounge, and it's a place where you could possibly eat if you want to. I have a rolling cart in my front yard. It's got 3 tiers. The top of the rolling cart is where I could put my tea or food or whatever, like almost like a tray, almost like a side table. The middle portion of the rolling cart, I have some blankets in case I'm out there and I need a blanket. And at the bottom portion of the rolling cart, I have a little basket where I have all my garden tools. That one piece of furniture served triple duty in my garden. Now, the fifth thing that you can do in any garden, and specifically in small gardens, is create different zones and spaces. So in my 100 square foot garden, I have one area that's got a simple IKEA outdoor table and 2 chairs. It's small, but it's underneath where the kitchen window is, and I can sit there if I want to eat outdoors. And then on the other side of the garden, I have a redwood bench with hairpin legs that I made. I have a decorative pillow there, and it's a place where I can go to just sit and relax with a hot cup of tea on a cold Sunday morning perhaps. But when you create different zones, it adds more interest to your garden. And it's really not that difficult within small spaces to get a different look. It just depends on your personal preference, what colors you prefer, what you like. There isn't one right answer for your garden. It just depends on how you intend to use the space and how the space is laid out already.